Most factory car speakers are made of cheap paper and sound completely flat. If you want to hear the details in your music and feel a bit of kick without tearing your whole car apart, you need a solid 6.5-inch upgrade. I actually bought and tested the top 5 options, from simple drop-in replacements to high-end component systems, to see which ones give you the best sound for your money. Product number 1, JBL Club 64C. I started with the JBL Club 64C, which is actually a component system, meaning the tweeter is separate from the woofer. When I unpacked these, the +1 woofer cone immediately stood out because it physically has more surface area than standard speakers. That extra cone size translates to noticeably louder bass response when I crank the volume. My favorite part during installation was the Starfish tweeter adapter. It allowed me to mount the tweeter behind my factory grill without having to glue or rig anything up. I also played around with the button on the crossover that boosts the tweeter volume. It let me dial in the highs perfectly depending on where I placed them. Since they run at 3 ohms, they pull a bit more power from the radio, making them sound loud and energetic. If you want a custom, high-energy sound and are willing to mount a separate tweeter, this is the best kit. Product number 2, Sony XS160GS. Next, I swapped in the Sony XS160GS. These felt very compact in my hands. The basket, the metal frame holding the speaker, is quite shallow, which is a huge relief if you have window rails right behind your speaker hole. I noticed they have this dynamic air diffuser design, which basically keeps the motor cool so you can play them louder for longer. Performance-wise, the soft dome tweeter is the star here. Unlike cheap plastic tweeters that hiss at you, this one sounded incredibly smooth and natural on vocals. The integration between the bass and the high notes was seamless. I ran these off a standard head unit and they didn't distort even when I pushed the bass settings up. This is the perfect middle ground speaker. Easy to fit, great durability, and a sound that isn't too aggressive. Product number 3, Focal ICU165. Focal is known for high-end audio and the ICU165 didn't disappoint. Holding this speaker, the build quality is obviously a step up. The tweeter is an inverted dome, which looks different from everything else I tested. There is a little switch right on the face of the speaker to adjust the treble, which is super convenient since you don't have to hide a separate crossover box inside your door. When I listened to these, the clarity was just insane. I heard details in guitar solos that were muddy on the other speakers. With a sensitivity of 93 dB, they are extremely efficient. I barely had to turn the volume knob to get a big sound. The highs are crisp and very detailed. If you consider yourself an audiophile and prioritize crystal clear vocals and instrument separation over heavy bass, get these. Product number 4, Pioneer F-Series TSF1634R. I grabbed the Pioneer F-Series to see what a budget-friendly option could do. These are extremely lightweight and simple. They are designed specifically as an OEM replacement, meaning they are built to work with the low power of a standard factory radio. I installed these in an older sedan, and while they aren't going to shake your mirrors with bass, the difference in clarity compared to the old stock speakers was night and day. The balanced sound profile is nice, nothing is too overpowering. They handle 25 watts nominal, so they are perfect for a simple swap out without adding amps. The treble is smooth and they fit perfectly into the mounting holes without any modification. If you just blew a speaker and need a cheap, reliable replacement that sounds better than stock, this is the one to buy. Product number 5, Infinity Ref 607 FSL. Finally, I tested the Infinity Reference shallow mounts. As the name suggests, when I held this sideways, it was incredibly thin. If you have a car with tight door panels where normal speakers hit the glass, these are a lifesaver. Like the JBLs, they use that +1 cone tech to maximize surface area despite the small frame. I was worried that the shallow design would kill the bass, but I was wrong. They still produced a nice, punchy low end. The audiophile-grade tweeters sounded non-fatiguing, meaning I could listen for an hour without my ears getting tired. The adjustable tweeter level is a nice touch on a coaxial speaker, giving you that extra bit of control. These are the verdict for anyone with a tricky installation who doesn't want to sacrifice sound quality for size. Replacing your door speakers is the single best upgrade you can make for your daily commute. Whether you need the high-end detail of the focals or the shallow fit of the infinities, any of these will blow your factory paper cones away. I've dropped links to all 5 in the description so you can grab the best current price. Thanks for watching.